Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's live decoding session for BankNifty futures. Today is Thursday, the 28th of September 2023, and the current time is 9:02 a.m. IST. And today is also the monthly expiry for both Nifty and BankNifty. Okay, so today we'll look at the BankNifty, and let's understand the context of what happened yesterday, and what can be the overall trade plan today. Okay, so a lot of clues came up from the market generated information yesterday. So first of all is I was looking at this particular price probe, or the spike reference, because that's previously where the supply got shut off. So this is one level and this is another level. Okay, so day before yesterday, what happened is, so we were previously one time framing lower, and then we had a inside day, or a balance form. And what has happened is, so I took it as a 4-day balance, and yesterday when the auction opened, it was clearly getting rejected from this 4-day balance. Okay, so we had a nice rejection from A period. And I was looking at the low of the 25th of September, and also the low here, and also the low here, because these are the three areas which first of all I was looking for liquidity there, and second thing is I was looking for a continuation. So this is where the overall supply got shut off and demand came in. So basically there were a lot of buyers who came in around 44,200, and then we just had a short covering towards the value area high of the previous of the inside day, correct? Plus this is also where there are a lot of buyers trapped. Okay, so from the market generated information perspective, yesterday we had a nice short covering rally. Overall we have got three balances. So so there is no single print, but I'm seeing three balances with the short covering at the close of yesterday's auction, and we are above the psychological line, that is 44,500 in the futures. Okay, so now what am I expecting is, today is again the day for the sellers. So do we get a retest? So first of all is I'm looking for a gap up opening, because there are a lot of liquidity, a lot of stops present here, and I'm also looking for some retest of this particular zone, because there is still a single print or an area where I'm seeing supply can come in. Okay, so let's see, if we open gap up, then I'm expecting continuation higher towards 45,000. If we open flat, so within the previous day's range, so I'll be looking to see some choppiness, some rotational movement, and the previous day's close is one of the reference which I'll be using for look above and look below sort of trade setups. Okay, but we have an HVN here, we have a low volume area node here, so we might be just balancing. So if the auction opens within this particular range, right, then I'm expecting again a rotational movement, and see, because if we get a rotational movement, that gives me an odds that we might have a flat expiry, and maybe when at the end of the day we might have a breakout, or a breakdown. Yeah, so I'll be looking at the order flow which is coming in, and then based on that I will be taking the trades. Okay, now coming to the level, so what I'm seeing is there are a lot of trapped supply. So this particular dot is telling me that there is a lot of trap sellers around 44,121 level. So below 282, a lot of trap supply or trap selling is seen, and also 766 is where again supply came in. This is where the supply came in, and we closed around the 44,604 or 609 level. Okay, so I will just zooming in. Now what am I looking at is, first of all I'm seeing one balance here and another balance here. Okay, so this is where there is a seller, this is where the supply got shut off, or there are buyers. Okay, plus we have got trapped supply at 44,443. Okay, so I'm expecting, let's see, the pre-open, what's the time? The time is 9:07:17. Yeah, I'll just give it a couple of more seconds to get the data. But today is also an eventful day, so do also look at, because there are some jobs data going to come out, GDP is going to come out. So some quarterly numbers are definitely gonna come out, and ES also, it had a nice correction. So I'll open the chart of ES, S&P 500. So that way, so I'm not saying that it is, our auction will develop in the same manner. But what had happened is it looked below. So this was a nice swing level. It looked below and failed. And then, we have a sort of balancing rotational movement. So this is the overall balance, where the rotation and the auction is getting developed. And currently I'm seeing that as the US numbers are going to come out, right? So it is still going to be a rotational movement, because currently the overnight session is ongoing. Yeah, but we did look below and fail. So there are a lot of trapped sellers around the 42.88. Okay, so I'll just close this. And last thing, which I am currently looking at this week is, so there I'm seeing some accumulation for HDFC Bank, some accumulation happened for Axis Bank. Similarly, some accumulation happened for ICICI Bank. Yeah. So this three banks is, where, some absorption of supply was seen. And yeah, let's see, where the auction opens. Okay. So I'll just look at the pre-open data, and guess what? We are opening gap up. Yeah. So as we are opening 100 points gap up now, this is the area, where I'm looking for a stop hunting move. Because now the supply or the sellers are the ones, who are under the water, and they will be looking to just, cover their short. So I'm expecting some short covering move right at the open, and we are opening exactly around, 44,700 level. So let's see, but overall I am seeing the stops, basically a stop hunting move up to 45,000. So as we are opening gap up, 45,000 is one of the reference level. So 44,766, 927 and 45,88. Yeah, these are the three levels where I am observing for supply to come in. Okay, and so let me just close this, and I'll just go to the smaller time frame chart. So there is supply or trapped buyers above 45,400. Yeah. So as we are opening, so currently there is a small level where there is a trap buyer at 45,100, 45,200, 45,300, and for above 45,400 is where massive number of, supply is seen, and there are a lot of trapped buyers. Okay, so as we are opening gap up, obviously 766, this I'll be looking as the level of support, and see some reaction at 45,927 and 45,000 level, because this is also where a lot of liquidity is present and supply might again come in. And this is also an area where previously seller was seen. So this is nothing but, this particular zone where, the supply is seen. Okay. And overall from the heat map and the GPS map, what I'm seeing is the monthly VPOC is 44,667. So we are gonna open about it, and there are one time framing, so there is gonna be a lot of stops. And 44,942 is the area again where previously the demand came, like demand shut off and supply came in. Yeah. So I'll be looking at the order flow, and we also have a monthly VWAP at 45,183. So this is also a very important zone. And above 45,000, I'm seeing a lot of trapped buyers. Okay, so I'm expecting some supply in a 100-point range from 45 to 45,100. Above that is again some supply will be seen. So overhead, I'm definitely seeing the supply coming in. But yeah, so this is one of the sentiment line which I'm using it. So we are obviously developing above it. And if you see the level of liquidity or, the stops which is present here. Yeah. So the time is 9:12. We will look at the, but yeah, if you see a lot of liquidity levels are present up to 45,100. Okay. So, and from the order flow perspective, so 45,000 is where I'm seeing some traps, buyers and unfinished auctions. 45,100 is also again where there are a lot of unfinished auctions and trapped buyers. Okay. So as we are going to open 100 points gap up, so 612, so we are going to open about 712. and 712, yes, there is a level. So there are unfinished auctions. So this is from the yesterday's delta order flow. So I'm seeing, so for me this is the resistance zone, yeah, dynamic resistance zone. So as we are going to open above above 700, this is a strong level where I'm expecting some supply to be coming in. If they do not, then this will act as the level of support. So I'm seeing whether it opens up, does it move lower, or if it opens up and moves lower and then it continues higher. Yeah. So that's the immediate trade plan which I have for today's auction. Okay. Now coming to yesterday's, what is currently available for me to trade is, so yesterday I made some 20 rupees and overall after brokerage and all I made a loss of 20 bucks. Yeah. So currently this is the available balance, to trade intraday for today's auction. So yeah, this is the funds, which currently I'm taking the trades with. Okay. So, yep, things are pretty clear now. So if you have got any questions, do let me know in the chat function below. And the time is 9:14. So we will observe the, the pre-open. And let me just double this level. Okay. So these are the areas where I'm looking for supply. So as we are opening 100 points up, so I have got one level at 728, 779 and 831. So this is the zone where, I'm expecting, this is where the auction will open and I'm expecting some supply to come in. So this is one zone and then this is the other zone. Yeah. So that's how I'm just slicing the data and, observing for supply, how it is coming in. Okay. So the auction will open now. Let's see. So let me just have some water. Okay. So the auction has opened within the previous day's auction and previous day's range. It has opened below this particular resistance zone. Now there is a mild support. So this is a mild support zone. So I'm looking to see, do we move lower or do we move higher? Let me just save this. Now, yeah, so it has opened above 604. So that is a good sign. So 604 is the area where I am observing for supply. Here the numbers are still coming up, but we are seeing some supply coming in at 677. Okay. So let's see, I'm just waiting for it to move lower, or is it moving higher? Let me just hit refresh. We are seeing supply coming in at the previous day's value area high. Okay, so that is just a data point. Okay, so currently we are just the auction is behaving in a rotational movement. So this is where the resistance is, this is where the support is. And yeah, so I'm waiting for it to move lower. Let's see whether it comes lower or not. Currently I'm not getting any clarity, but overall delta is positive. We have opened within the previous day's range, previous day's auction, and I'm looking for the L period high to be taken out and see the reaction here. Okay, so currently it is hanging in the air. It is neither near the resistance zone, neither near the support zone. So yep, let's see how the overall auction develops. And today is also the monthly expiry, so just be careful, just be extra cautious. So supply is shutting off here. Okay, so what was the open? 508. Okay, so 500 is still the level which is intact. Okay, so 604 is the zone where I'm observing. So 604 is the line in sand. I'm waiting for look below and fail. Let's see whether we get that. But yeah, overall it's pretty flat, pretty rotational. Auction is trading above the sentiment line, so that is a good sign. But no heavy volumes are coming in. Delta is becoming flat. Okay, so let's see whether we see continuation till here or not. Let me just look at, let me open the one click. So let me just hit refresh so that I get the correct strikes. So call premium is 283, put premium is 295. Yeah, so just 10 point difference between call and put. So a sideways, so good day for straddle players. So put premiums are 10 points higher compared to call. So this is what I'm looking at. So this is the call premium and this is the put premium. If you see the delta between these two is just 10 points or 12 points. But put are having higher premiums compared to the call premiums. Okay. So some clarity is seen. So we have a trapped buyer here. Sellers are coming in. It is just chopping in this range. Okay, so I'm getting one clue, but yeah, I'm just observing, I'm just waiting. Because now there is a nice rotation developing here. Seller and buyers have come in an agreement. Now let's see, what happens. So does it go above? So this is where the sellers are trapped. This is where the buyers are trapped. Nope. Okay, so I was in a trade. That's why I was a bit was not talking. So I have taken two trades. One is on the call side and one is on the put side. Okay. The reason why I took the first trade at call and then I just quickly exited is, when the auction, so basically when the fight was ongoing here, right? And it started developing above and more absorption of supply was seen. So that's where I was looking for a short covering move, but what has happened is I was too early into the trade. It went to 286 and then immediately it went to 280. So this moves, they were suggesting me that okay, sellers are coming in at higher prices. So when it again came to, so it was just chopping between 280 to 283 at this 3-point range. Okay, then I was not feeling confident. So when it again came to 281, I exited the position and the order got executed at 276. So this was a market generated information telling me that supply, so basically call writing is happening. and also it looked above and failed. Yeah, so I'm just combining the market generated information, and this is nothing but market research, so the options are telling me what is currently happening, and immediately as the auction moved lower, right, so now there will be a short covering. So this is a good way to enter a call trade. So nope, it again looked above and failed. So this is also an area where again supply is trapped. So yeah, you saw this, right? 280 to 276, 273. So it is telling me that there is supply coming in. Yeah. So that's how I use the market generated information in combination with the order flow, in combination with the overall, what's the overall context. Okay. So then as the prices moved lower, right, that's where I bought a call immediately. So if you see this, right, I entered at 920, I exited immediately at 15. So this was just a 10-second move, and after that I was observing the put and also the price action here and also the reaction here. So then I again entered at 922, and as soon as so when I entered, this 297 went to 295. Yeah, so this was also telling me that okay, again I will be making a loss, but then it went to 297, 298, 299, and then it went to 302. Once it went to 302, I kept my SL as 300, and then I was just trailing my SL. So when my order got hit at 320, but actually that time the price was at 328. Yeah, this particular put, it was trading at 328, whereas my trailing SL was at 321. Yeah. So yeah, so that's I think I'm pretty happy with capturing this much points with a single lot. So currently there is resistance. So this is the dynamic resistance zone, and this is also where previously supply was absorbed, and we are again in a rotational movement. So just be careful. Now if you see, the difference is more than 20 points. The delta between these two is 20 to 30 points. So the premiums on puts are much higher compared to calls. Let me just see if these are the correct strike prices. Yeah, these are the correct strike prices. Okay, but overall I have made about 250 bucks. Yeah, so I'm fine. This is like less than 0.5% of the current capital which is available. So I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, so 2 trades. The call trade I made a loss of 97 bucks. Put trade I made a gain of 351 bucks. So between these two, the overall I made a gain of 253.50 rupees. Okay, so I'll just clear this level. So again, 604 is still intact. That's where I'm still observing. 604 or 605 for me is the line in sand. It again looked below and failed. Now this is the resistance zone. Again, supply is seen. Let me go to the smaller time frame chart, and if you see easily, you can spot where the sellers are coming in. So they are coming in, they are creating positions from 625 to 677. Okay, let me go to the heat map chart and expand. Yeah, currently I don't have any levels apart from the psychological level, that is 44,600. Yeah, this is where again supply is shutting off. This is also the previous week low and also previous day's close. Okay, so we are seeing some acceptance around the previous day's close. This is some market generated information. So supply is getting absorbed here. So expecting some choppiness because we are in this balance. So let's see. So if you want to take a long trade, right, I'm waiting for 650. So for me, 650 is the level where I'm observing the price to be have a breakout and then continue towards 711 because above 711 is where there is a lot of supply getting present. Yeah. So if we have a short covering move, expect to exit here or expect to exit here. Yeah, don't go beyond this because that's where a lot of premium erosion will happen, and as an option buyer, you will be not be able to scalp properly. Okay. And lastly, let me just look at the inventory which is getting created. So more call inventory is getting created compared to puts. We are at we are at a area where currently the change in OI is seen for the call, that is at 44,700. Okay, so expecting rotational between 700 and 600. But yeah, currently I'm seeing OI open interest seen at 700, 800, and again 45,000. Let me just look at max pain. Okay, so max pain is lower, so I'm expecting lower movement. Let's see whether auction develops as per that or not. Okay, so again supply coming in at previous day's value area high. Structurally, we are just in a rotational mode. We are now, this is a resistance zone. This entire zone is the resistance block, dynamic resistance zone. I'm expecting continuation lower towards retesting the 520, 530, 540 level. Okay, and previous week low is also a data point. So let's see. So now again it is trying to go below VWAP. Okay. So yeah, the time is 9:28 and I think I'm done for the day. So thank you once again. Do like, share, subscribe, and feel free to let me know your comments if you're watching this live or if you're watching this as a recorded session. Okay. So with that, ending the session, and I'll see you again tomorrow, same time. Yeah. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye for now. And please be very careful because there will be a lot of volatility present today. Okay. So just be careful because today is a monthly expiry. Yeah.